Adding pirate factions into the front lines through the new frontline corruption system ties together strong organizations, the future of war, and the ultimate sci-fi. All things that came together ten years ago. In January 2013, when we took a major step towards our vision of boots on the ground in New Eden. With one of the most ambitious shooters to date, and one that I miss every day, literally. Does anyone else do that? Anyone else here? Denny, I see you. So I want to give a shout out to all Dust players around the world for having been a part of this unique experience of these two games being connected. And I thank you also for always reminding me of bringing it back on social media. But last year we talked about the FPS being developed in London. And as you know, we've continued towards our vision of boots on the ground, learning along the way with ups and downs, but not trying to recreate Dust, but to create a meaningful FPS experience in New Eden. Because we believe that we, you and I, all together hold the key to the ultimate science fiction fantasy, being able to fly in space and fight on planets, together again in New Eden. Which makes us proud to announce our next steps towards the ultimate science fiction, EVE Vanguard. A modular first-person shooter experience for and within EVE Online. With dynamic multiplayer gameplay that will evolve over time and unique sandbox game mechanics, content, and connections. We've learned a lot on this journey, and we've applied those learnings, and now we're finally in a position to share more.
So, it seems like the Deathless have been keeping busy in Sarsak by reverse engineering Jovian clone blanks stockpiled in the depths of this station. The Deathless have managed to create a new generation of war clones, the Vanguard. Pirate corruption will be an interesting vector into the already well-established frontline advantage. The Deathless goal does not seem to evolve around dominance, but much rather to create chaos and create distrust in the establishment. While developing Vanguard, this has been our mantra. One game, one community, one team. And we foresee that alliances will recruit Vanguard to wreak havoc and assert their dominance in New Eden.
Vanguard is connected to EVE Online from day one. When you get your hands on the FPS, you'll be able to impact EVE directly through frontline corruption. Economically, it'll be a new habitat in New Eden, just like Wormholes, Pochven, with its own rules, its own resources, and unique mechanics. How you utilize those will be in your hands. As we evolve the future of war, your generals, your officers will have bigger forces to command, bolder strategies, and daring tactics. Industrialists, enforcers, soldiers of fortune, and explorers all have a role to play in Vanguard, participating in the cycle of creation and destruction, contribution, and friendship. We know and understand the risks of the connection. We are in full control, down to individual player interactions. With EVE Vanguard, we're committed to delivering an authentic New Eden FPS with everything that you expect from a game set in the EVE universe.
And it looks and plays absolutely amazing, trust me. This is truly what it feels to be human scale on the planets of New Eden. It's still in development, but we want to share more. So, please welcome CCP Joker, followed by CCP Collins from the Vanguard team.
In over a decade, but once again players will join the fight and leave their footprints on the worlds of New Eden. When we say as above, so below, we mean it. We're not reimagining Eve, we are Eve. Our creative vision has been 20 years in the making. It has its own history, culture and politics driven by you, the community, and respecting this legacy is a responsibility we take very seriously. Eve is famous for its epic scale, and translating its look and feel to a human perspective has been an exciting challenge for the team. We're putting you in the heart of the action, not as a drone camera, but experiencing New Eden through the eyes of a new type of clone warrior. Players will fight on real worlds within New Eden of strategic value to the deathless, and to ensure we deliver an authentic experience, the new and the old must coexist. Fan favourites from Dust like Devol's GK and the Scrambler rifle will return alongside next-generation weapons and equipment from well-known manufacturers such as Creodron and Core. We're building on strong foundations and learning from what has gone before. Dust, Valkyrie and Nova have all left their mark. Friendships were forged and battles waged by their communities, and just like Eve, they have played a crucial role in the very real history of New Eden. We're incredibly proud to be joining Eve as it begins this new chapter. And now I'll hand you over to CCP Collins, who'll give you your first look at Eve Vanguard.
Hello! Eve Vanguard, come on! All right. A big thank you to you, of course, and a big thank you to CCP Joker there for, well, we are, as if you can tell, breathless already, insanely excited to be able to reveal Eve Vanguard for you here today, but you thought we were done with Eve Vanguard. We are not. Who here would like to see some gameplay? Come on, who would like to see some gameplay? Okay, now, we're gonna do things a bit differently though. We're gonna take it up a notch. We're not just gonna show you a video. Why do you think they've been sitting there? We're gonna run you some gameplay live on stage. To help me with this, please welcome to the stage CCP Shortfall, CCP Ezia, and CCP Paragon. All right, let's do this. Okay, so there we go. What you're going to be seeing here today is still early in development. It's pre-alpha gameplay. You're going to see some prototypes. You're going to see some placeholder. But everything that you're going to see running is running on those machines right there. And with some help from the London team across the water, who we may very well bump into as our Vanguard squad carry out their objective. Right, we have the feed. Shortfall. How you doing? We ready?
Leverage as ever be.
All right, let's go. Okay, so here we're seeing the perspective of CCP Shortfall. Shortfall here as a Vanguard, a player, an infomorph who has taken host of a ready clone. And alongside their squad mates can carry out their goals with gun in hand and boots on the ground. For this squad, they've taken on a contract. They need to find and reclaim the Nexus chip from a group of Garista pirates that have been located nearby. Think you could take in the scenery a bit for us, Shortfall? Yeah, beautiful. Beautiful destruction. In the aftermath of an attack on a fleet of bowhead ships, they've recently crash-landed on the surface. Wreckage strewn throughout the already hostile environment. This means it is potentially rife with opportunists looting through the wreckage. See anything up ahead? Okay, we've spotted some NPC guards scouting through the partial remains of the crashed ship. Highlighted in red here through the AR sights of our Core 80 assault rifle. Vanguard is a PvP VE game, so as well as other online players, NPC AI enemies will also be found throughout the environment with their own goals and purposes. You as the player, though, have agency over the level of aggression that you attract. So Shortfall, I think we should find a different route, maybe.
Let's go for a walk.
As well as enemies littered throughout the environment, the landscape itself poses danger. Here, a hazardous sulfur swamp stands in the way. I don't think you're best equipped for this one, Shortfall, and I don't think it's worth taking the damage early on. Let's head back.
Yeah, I don't want to go for a swim, to be honest with you.
In EVE Vanguard, success and failure is player-driven, where players deploy onto these expansive and hostile environments to carry out their goals for their gain in whichever way they feel is effective. Be it a 10-minute excursion for resources or an hour-long hunt for kills and equipment, we provide the tools for your success, not define the rules. Ready to engage?
Send it.
All right, Shortfall's first kills on stage. Oh, a reminder, Shortfall, heal up. Fallen enemies can provide useful resources here, such as biomass, which can be used to heal your clone's wounds. You can utilize biomass too to increase the options of lengthening your stay on the surface for yourself and your squad mates. Let's push on. Whilst the environment can be hostile, it can also be plentiful. Spilled cargo from the wreckage can be looted for resources, providing such things as materials that can come in handy later down the line. Here, Shortfall is elegantly scouting through the wreckage of one of our crashed-out colossal bowhead ships. Shot down from orbit, its cloning chamber within has ruptured, spilling wreckage, blank clone bodies, and cryofluid all throughout the landscape around. Whilst still early in development here, I hope you can see the great care we've taken to make the atmosphere of EVE Vanguard feel like it's already a part of New Eden. That up ahead, that's the Garista Pirates. Through our AR sights, we can see them highlighted in blue, having a stronger resistance to kinetic ammo. Fortunately, that's the ammo type we currently have loaded into our Core 80 at the moment. Shortfall's made the good call here to peel back and tool up for a slightly different approach to this fight. With materials and resources gained during the fight, from enemy salvage and more, you can generate the tools to help you adapt to varying obstacles that block your path. Shortfall and the squad here have printed some energy ammo, which should help them take down enemies with strong kinetic resistances. With Core 80, it's easy enough to load in different ammo types, changing the characteristics of the weapon on the fly. Shortfall, load up. You ready? The Garistas here were hiding out within the hull of the ship's cloning chamber, it would seem. This could be a useful spot to remember for another time, but for now we've got more important things. We still haven't found that Nexus chip that the Garistas were holding on to. Shortfall was not alone. It appears another Vanguard unit had picked up the contract for the Nexus chip as well. Other player Vanguard squads and units are present on this battlefield, and at any time are exfiltrating and deploying down through the session with their own set of goals. For anyone that knows CCP Shortfall well, and I heard a few cheers in the crowd, you know he doesn't like sharing. So I imagine he's going to want the rewards for that Nexus chip himself, and his squad mates, if they agree to get out of this together. A slight detour, but that's the Nexus chip acquired. Big hand to Shortfall, maybe? Another Vanguard squad had tried to scupper the plans, but that's the asset obtained. With lesser resources now, though, and an asset that we might not want to risk losing, Shortfall, let's try and find a safe space to get off this rock.
Yeah, let's not do that again.
The squad have placed down an evac beacon, which if they can hold down and defend for a period of time, will allow them to exfil from the surface and earn their rewards. It is, however, quite noticeable, so the squad will have to be vigilant for any opportunists looking to disrupt. Boo. Not quite good enough from Shortfall there, who seem to have fallen short of completing this particular objective. Thank you, thank you. They got caught out by a rival Vanguard squad just as they were about to exfil from the surface. But death is not the end for the Vanguard. They are relentless, and they have more opportunities and the tools necessary to carry on the fight. What you've seen here is still very early in development. It's pre-alpha gameplay. And it's a showcase into what EVE Vanguard is now, but also what EVE Vanguard can grow on to become in the future. At CCP, we know firsthand the importance of community, which is why we're showing you this now, which is why we're showing you this early. We're committed to building and growing EVE Vanguard side by side with you, the EVE community. To talk more about the more immediate plans for EVE Vanguard, please welcome back to the stage CCP Emerald. Thank you.
For the team. Wow, that was incredible. And super brave to do live on stage. Can you guys give it up for them one more time? We are thrilled to announce that in December, as part of the next EVE expansion, we'll be opening the doors of EVE Vanguard to Omega players through a Founders Access, offering the chance to try it through a limited time event called First Strike. You are all founders and the heart of the EVE community, and we want for as many of you as possible to come along for this ride and help shape the next 10 years in New Eden. For a chance to take part in December and in further playtests between now and then, you can register online for a chance to get involved. Those who are able to take part will start seeing firsthand the EVE Vanguard features as they are being developed, and how these experiences will be integrated with what's happening in EVE Online. Because EVE Vanguard is part of EVE Online, and this is one community. Introducing a new FPS module into EVE Online is an important part of ensuring it lives on forever. EVE Vanguard deepens the universe and provides another gateway into EVE Online. And it's important to keep our great community growing into the third decade and beyond, because more players means more interactions in space and in person. And ultimately, more fun and explosions!